You're watching this video because you're looking for the ultimate curved gaming monitor. /N you want immersion, speed, and performance without paying a fortune. The MSI Optix promises all that, and in this review I'm going to show you exactly where it delivers and, crucially, where it fails. For the best price, click the link in the description. /N, but here's what surprised me. After testing it for weeks against monitors costing twice as much, it made me rethink what a budget ultra-wide can actually do. Therefore, let's get straight into the first thing you need to know. This isn't just a screen, it's a time machine that transports you directly into the game. However, there's one setting you must change immediately, or you'll be stuck in 2019. I'll reveal that secret in just a minute. Why? Because most reviewers don't test this monitor the way an actual gamer will, but I will. /N, let's start with the unboxing and setup. Opening the box feels premium, like you're about to assemble a piece of a starfighter. The stand has a solid, heavy base that screams no wobble zone. Assembly is tool-free, just a satisfying click. Therefore, within 5 minutes, I had it on my desk, looking like a black monolith of pure potential. The curve is 1500R for context. A tighter curve number means a more aggressive bend. This one wraps around your vision without feeling like you're looking through a telescope. But here's the first rehook. What's the one feature I thought was a gimmick that actually became my favorite? The answer might shock you. /N, the design is pure MSI gaming aesthetic. Aggressive lines, angular stand, subtle red accents. It's not minimalist, but it screams gamer without being obnoxious. The bezels are thin on 3 sides, with a slightly thicker chin that houses the MSI logo. The OSD joystick on the back right is a godsend. Navigating menus is intuitive, unlike monitors that make you play button bingo. Therefore, the physical experience is excellent. However, the real test starts when you hit the power button. /N, the screen is a 34-inch VA panel with a 3440x1440 resolution. That's UWQHD, the sweet spot for ultra-wide gaming. It offers more real estate than a 16:9 monitor without murdering your GPU like 4K would. The immediate impression is stunning. Colors pop, blacks are inky deep thanks to the VA contrast, and the curvature pulls you in. But, and this is a crucial, but out of the box, the colors are enthusiastic, like a kid who found the saturation slider. Therefore, the first thing I did was dive into the settings. /N, here's the secret setting I promised. Go into the OSD, find Professional, and select sRGB mode. This instantly reels in the oversaturated colors to a more accurate, natural look. It's like putting on glasses after having blurry vision. Everything looks correct, not just vibrant. Why don't more people talk about this? Because they just use the gamer preset and call it a day. Therefore, with that one change, this monitor's image quality jumps from a 7 to a 9. Let's talk about the promised immersion. /N, the 1500R curve combined with the 34-inch size is magic for single-player games. Playing Cyberpunk 2077, the city wraps around you. The sense of scale is incredible. You're not looking at a screen, you're looking at a world. It's the difference between watching a movie and being in one. However, there is a catch for competitive gamers, which I'll get to. For now, just know the immersion factor is this monitor's biggest selling point. It's so good, I started noticing details in games I'd played for years, like realizing your favorite coffee shop has a secret back room. /N now, performance. This monitor boasts a 144 Hz refresh rate and 1 ms MPRT response time. High refresh rate is like butter for your eyes. Everything is smoother, from gameplay to just moving your cursor. In fast-paced titles like Apex Legends, the fluidity gives you a tangible advantage. Targeting feels more responsive. Therefore, it absolutely delivers on the speed promise. But the 1 ms claim needs a microscope. That's MPRT, not gray-to-gray, a marketing distinction thicker than the monitor's bezels. In reality, with the right overdrive setting, motion clarity is very good for a VA panel. There is some slight dark smearing, a common VA trait, but it's minimal here unless you're a pixel-peeping ghost hunter. /N, so, is it the best for esports? Here's the contrarian snapback. For pure, hardcore competitive FPS players who need absolute pixel-perfect motion, a high-end IPS might still be king. However, for 99% of gamers who play a mix of story-driven and competitive games, this MSI hits a phenomenal sweet spot. It's like a SUV that can handle the track day, not a Formula One car, but incredibly capable. Therefore, let's dive into the feature that made me laugh at first, then wonder how I lived without it. /N the built-in KVM switch. Sounds boring, right? It lets you control two PCs with one keyboard and mouse. I thought, cool, I'll never use that. But working from home, with a personal gaming rig and a work laptop, this feature became a revelation. One button press swaps the entire display and your peripherals between computers. No unplugging cables. It's like having a teleportation device for your desk. It saved me so much hassle, I started wondering if my other monitors were secretly judging me for my inefficiency. /N connectivity is robust. You get two HDMI 2.0 ports, a DisplayPort 1.4, a USB-C port with DisplayPort Alt mode and 15W charging, great for laptops, and two USB-A ports on the downstream. This is a well-connected monitor. Therefore, you can hook up your console, your PC, and a laptop without playing musical chairs with cables. The USB-C is a particular highlight in 2026 as more devices standardize on it. It's a future-proofing touch I appreciate. /N let's talk about the elephant in the room, or rather, the backlight. This monitor does not have local dimming. It's a standard edge-lit VA panel. Therefore, in pitch-black scenes with a bright object, you'll see some haloing or backlight glow. It's not HDR 1000 spectacular, but for the price, the contrast is still outstanding. HDR 400 certification is there, but treat it as a nice-to-have bonus, not a transformative experience. It makes brights a bit brighter, that's it. Thinking this is a true HDR monitor is like thinking a kazoo is a symphony orchestra. It's in the same family, but the experience is different. /N now for the color accuracy. After switching to sRGB mode, I used a colorimeter. It covered 99% of sRGB and about 85% of DCI-P3. Delta E values were under 2, which is excellent for a gaming monitor. This means colors are accurate, not just vibrant. Therefore, for content consumption, movies, YouTube, it's fantastic. The ultra-wide aspect ratio is cinematic for 21:9 content, no black bars. It's like having a personal theater screen where the popcorn is always stale because you're the one making it. /N what about productivity? The screen real estate is a game changer. Having multiple windows open side by side is a productivity booster. Writing a script with research on one side and the document on the other is bliss. No more frantic alt-tabbing. Therefore, this isn't just a gaming monitor, it's a legitimate workstation upgrade. But is there a downside to all this width? Yes, if your desk is shallow, you need to sit a bit further back for the curve to work optimally. Otherwise, you might feel like you're at a tennis match, constantly turning your head. /N let's address ergonomics. The stand offers height adjustment, tilt, and swivel. No pivot to portrait mode, but on a 34-inch ultra-wide, that would be like trying to use a surfboard as a door. Technically possible, but deeply impractical. The adjustments are smooth and sturdy. Therefore, getting the perfect viewing angle is easy. You can also VESA mount it 100x100 mm if you want to free up desk space or add it to an arm. /N now for the jokes I promised. Number 1. The OSD menu has a night vision mode. I tried it, expecting to see in the dark like a superhero. It just brightened the shadows and made everything look washed out. My cat remained unimpressed with my new powers. Number 2. The anti-flicker and less blue light features are great. I used them and my eyes felt better. I then spent the next 6 hours playing games. It's like putting on a helmet before repeatedly hitting your head against a wall. Safety, performance, deep dive. I tested across genres. In racing games like Forza Horizon, the curve adds to the sensation of speed. In RPGs, the world feels vast. In RTS games, you see more of the battlefield. The 144Hz makes everything silky. Therefore, as an all-rounder, it excels. But what about console gaming? With an Xbox Series X, it works beautifully at 1440p 120Hz. The ultra-wide aspect ratio isn't supported on consoles, so you get black bars on the sides, but the high refresh rate still works. It's a good experience, not a perfect one. \n the third joke. The monitor has RGB on the back. It's called Mystic Light. It's a nice ambient glow. But let's be honest, unless your desk is against a mirror, you're just lighting up your wall for your spider plant. It's doing a great job. Plant looks thrilled. \n is their screen tearing. With AMD FreeSync Premium and NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility, it's buttery smooth within the adaptive sync range. No tearing, no stuttering. It just works. Therefore, regardless of your GPU brand, you're covered. This is a huge point in its favor. \n now, the final rehook before the resolution. What's the one frustrating flaw I almost didn't notice until it was too late? It's not about the panel, it's about the sound. Yes, the speakers, they exist. That's the best thing I can say about them. They sound tinny and hollow, like someone is yelling at you from inside a tin can. Therefore, use headphones or external speakers. Consider the built-in one's a last resort emergency beeper, not an audio solution. \n so, after all this, who is this monitor for? Let's move to the resolution. \n the resolution. If you are a mixed-use gamer who values immersion in single-player titles, enjoys a competitive edge in multiplayer, and also needs a monitor for work and media, the MSI Optix is a stellar choice. It's the Swiss Army knife of ultra-wide monitors. If you are a pure, color-accurate professional video editor or a competitive esports pro chasing every millisecond, look elsewhere. Therefore, the value proposition here is immense. \n the final joke. Reviewing this monitor has been a journey. It's so wide, I had to turn my head to see the corners. My neck got more exercise than it has in years. I'm considering invoicing MSI for physical therapy. \n to conclude, the MSI Optix delivers on its core promises of immersion, smooth gameplay, and versatility with features like the KVM. The out-of-box color needs a quick fix, and the speakers are an afterthought, but the overall package is incredibly compelling for the price. It makes high-performance ultra-wide gaming accessible. Therefore, if you're ready to upgrade your battle station and step into a wider world, this monitor should be at the top of your list. For the absolute best price on Amazon, click the link in the description right now. Thanks for watching, and may your frames be high and your temps low.